Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris the High Guy Jacobs, and you have joined us for the segment Who TF Are You? A weekly segment where we interview the players of the community of Doomsday Last Survivors, and we get kind of a living, breathing ideology and an idea what the community is feeling about the game, and obviously using this as a platform to introduce some of the players of the community to the community itself, putting faces to the name. That being said, we have a very special episode today. We are welcoming back someone who has been on hiatus for the last good 6 months. He's very well known around this channel. He is the one who has basically donated a ton to this channel in order for us to produce content. He is the one and only BadBoy. That is what we know him in game. His first name is Anthony. And Anthony, thank you very much for joining me on this segment. I really do appreciate you stepping in, and welcome back to the game. If you wouldn't mind doing me a quick favor, just tell us a little bit about you and maybe why you're coming back. What's something you're really looking forward to?
Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate you for having me on here for sure, first of all. Second of all, coming back, I think I'm intrigued just to be fighting again. That's the best part of it, man. In my opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't wait to get into the field.
Yeah, well, I would assume so. I've been playing with that account, so I know exactly how much fun it is to fight with. Um, so tell me a little bit about yourself here so that the people know a little bit about you. Your first name's Anthony, correct?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm from Oklahoma City.
Cool.
I've been playing this game for a long time.
How many
I
days
guess
is
it'll
in your
be,
VIP?
hang on, let me see. 658.
Minus, let's be fair, minus about 100,
Yeah.
right? 558 days, 500 days plus in the game, representing what, 148? What do we push that to? 147 million now?
Yeah. 147 million. Yeah.
Jesus, representing big boy stacks.
I started at Region 40, man.
Yeah, a long time ago. I think you've also got history with some of the biggest players too, though. I've seen, like, you just popped back to fight with Safe Me in 328.
Yeah. That was that has nothing to do with the bonds of me, our relationship with me and Safe Me. Um,
Yeah, because I see you fighting
that's
him before.
that's
I've got other, I've seen the reports.
I've attacked him myself. You know what I mean? I don't really. It's just funny, but anyways, yeah, I stand up for the rightfulness of the region,
Yeah.
and they was doing some shady stuff over there. So I went to help them, and Safe Me happened to be there, and that's fine. I don't have no problem with it. If we're serving the same purpose, let's do it.
That's a very noble way to think about it, to be entirely honest. I would have a tough time not wanting to switch sides just to punch Safe Me in the account. Just because it would be cool to have a report. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, I've had one of those. They're not very good, trust me.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely jealous. There's a reason why he's sitting at 1 billion might. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's definitely strong. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
yeah, well, I assume so. I mean, I've seen you fight in the field. I mean, that's the only way for you to amass. What are you at? Like 350 million kills now? Are we having that account or something like that?
Yeah, it's like 344 million.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been putting in kills and putting in work. And I know that, especially in your work before you left, which is where most of those kills, let's be honest, folks, most of those kills came before I ended up taking over. So, so you've had to have been in the field for a long time.
Oh, that's my favorite place, man. I'm not a rally garrison. I'm not a get rally or a garrison. I'm not those guys. Well, now I'm pretty much set up to be, thanks to you. But I never really was a garrison or a rally leader. You know what I mean? I was more of a get on the field and swarm the rallies, swarm everything I can. That's what I love swarming. So
Well, there's,
I
I
was
mean, and I can appreciate that because back when you were playing, that was kind of a more, back in the day when you were playing, that was more of the kind of the mental mindset because before they started to introduce armaments and stuff, right?
That's it, and that was it because it was all about how many troops you had, what equipment you had, and really just all the buffs, all the skins you can get.
Yeah.
It wasn't about armaments and cars and all that like it is now. It's way different.
So, as a player who, played back in the original times and now he's coming back to a pretty much brand new dynamic of the game, What are some of the things that you're kind of nervous about? What are some things that you're maybe a little bit confused, maybe, or maybe something that you're a little bit not necessarily sure about? Maybe a change that they did that you didn't like.
There's not no changes that I don't like. I still see that there's alliance leak, so they need to take that off for sure. But 1-800 choke that alliance league
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like her. But the so number one thing that I don't understand on this thing is the auto gatherers.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that whole concept of all that.
So they've just added brand new survivors. It's a good thing you bring that up. They just added brand new survivors, right? This is a whole brand new thing that they just added here, I think, in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe longer than that, but it hasn't been very long. It's literally about that time. And they introduced 3 new survivors that you can purchase. I think they're $100 a piece to buy to get originally, and then I think 400 or 500, I don't remember, to fully level up. But you have one that allows you to farm, right? Auto gather. There's one that allows you to auto hunt zombies, and there's one that allows you to auto join rallies. Now, there's already an auto rally feature, right? We already have an auto rally feature. But I believe, and of course, people in the comments will correct me, I believe the auto rally feature on this one allows you for more in-depth stuff. So, like, you can join the other auto rallies the other rallies that aren't targeting ones, and it allows you to have more than just one, right? So you could have 4 or 5 auto rally marches instead.
Oh, nice.
Right? So there are some benefits to that, but it does, again, lock behind a paywall, and I think it's $100 just to get the first level for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get them be able to move in action. Do they actually gather? How does that work?
Yeah. So basically, what you do is you set up 2 marches. And those 2 marches, you basically will set up the parameters for what nodes they target. So you set up your march there, and you set up what nodes they target, and it'll go for the first level that you unlock. You get 2 marches that you can run for 6 hours. So basically, you set your 2 marches. These are my marching lines. These are the parameters for nodes that I want them to look for. So level 5 or level 6 nodes, right? They're gonna march out, collect it, bring it back, and then automatically get sent out to the next one, march out, collect it, bring it back. And they'll do that for 6 hours.
Wow.
But you can have it set up when they're max level so that you can have, I think, 4 or 5 marches going 24 hours at a time. So that you basically never have to farm ever again. So,
but okay,
yeah.
so if it's gathering at that moment, do you still have the opportunity to be able to use your other troops? I mean,
No. It uses a march. So like you can only right. So like you can either choose to auto gather, but it allows you to auto gather if you're going to be sleeping, for example. So now you can send them to go out, and instead of sending them to alliance nodes, which doesn't have the 30% buff, well, now they're automatically going to the ones that do have the 30% buff, so they're gathering more efficiently faster.
Right.
Right.
I always felt like the Alliance, what is that, the Alliance Resource Center? I always thought was super slow.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have the plus 30% boost, which I never understood. Unless, like, I can appreciate not getting all of the, like, not getting resources from it when you farm it. Like, normally when you farm a node, the Alliance collects resources as well. So I can appreciate not having an Alliance node generate Alliance resources as well. But the fact that it doesn't get the 30% boost even when you put it on Alliance territory doesn't make sense to me. Welcome to IGG territory, you know what I'm saying? Outside my pay grade.
Right.
So let me ask you a question. What is the focus on your account? What have you been focusing and working towards?
Riders.
Yeah, that's exactly what we mean. You got a pretty nice Bella over there. We've got your Sven awakened now too, so you've got a pretty decent counter rally, Bella Sven, which I've always been a fan of. So you've got a beautiful setup, man. You got great foundation, and your armaments are working now nicely, right?
Yeah, they're starting to, anyways.
Yeah,
it was really bad. I never did pay attention to those armaments, and now I regret it.
Well, I think it's mostly because armaments themselves are only like 9 months, 10 months old. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't around for a long time.
Yeah. Remember when that Maya came around, that Maya event?
Yeah.
I've told you this. I've told you this before, but I like to tell them as well. Like there was one time that it was strictly from my armaments. You couldn't get
Yeah.
them from nobody. You couldn't add them, like level them up or anything.
Right.
And so I guess like 10 days after the event ended, and I ended up just saying, screw it. I just sold all of them because I didn't need them. I wasn't going to be able to level them up. I wasn't a well, I can't spend that kind of money to level them up. So I was like,
Right.
rid of them. 10 days later, literally, they freaking like took that where you can just put whatever you want in there. You can use any of them. I'm like, what? I was so mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Everyone
think that
has
with a lot
mistakes like that.
of, a lot of
Yeah.
Oh, it is what it is. I think I had the headband. I think I had a 2 star already on her. Yeah,
Oh,
it was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot.
that's painful. And just for
And it
everybody
was
who's
also,
listening, just to kind of give him a little bit of a heads up, what he's basically talking about, those specific armaments, the superb armaments that are specific to Mai and both Marco and Airy. Uh,
yeah,
normally when it comes to superbs and things like that, in order to level up your armaments, you have to use the same armament. But what they did with these specific armaments that are from these collaboration events, you can actually use any of the same type of armament to sacrifice. So I can sacrifice any helmet that's a superb helmet towards leveling it up, right? Which in theory means that they're easier to level up now than the other ones because you can use any of them. But they didn't do that till after. So you kind of pulled the trigger a little early.
yeah, I did. I was being dumb, man. I used to make rash decisions like that. Like there was that one time I told you about Eddie. Me and a guy got into it
Oh
when
yeah,
when
you
I was in
left the
ground
region or something, right?
at the region. I was first place in the region. The day before I was supposed to get all my rewards. I left the day before because me and another dude got into it.
Jesus,
Man,
that's painful.
lost everything, man. I spent thousands,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, for sure.
And you still don't
It was
have
pretty.
any on that account now.
I still don't have any. Yeah, that's the crazy part. I still don't have 80.
Yeah.
I was that mad about it. I was like, you know what? Psh,
Yeah.
Eddie's. I'm not.
Well, I'm focusing on getting him this time. I'm gonna get Stella, and I'm gonna get him this time in the top commander event. I have been saving for it. I'm excited for it. I just unlocked T6, so we're gonna be able to hit the field together. I'm super pumped about that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Hey, you
very
get up to
much.
Pompeii, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have enough to swing in Pompeii, so it's not like it's gonna matter. I've only got 20 something thousand right now. I'll be saving the rest for a couple of days from now. I guess it's a day and a half from now, which I think Pompeii is already over by then. But next Pompeii, I'll have a couple of T6 marches I'll be happy with.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
He's-
wait, dog. I can't wait.
It's great, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first, I'm not gonna lie, and Panda can vouch for this. Um, when I first got my first T6, man, I was so excited. So I go out there and just start fighting everybody. Oh, and I was so pissed because it was like my riders for T5s.
Yeah.
It wasn't shit. Look, you get the T6s, that bill went way up, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? For 50,000 troops in the hospital, it's 3 days? Three
Yeah.
days?
Yeah.
Like, I was so mad. I was so discouraged. I was like, I don't know what the. There's no wonder why the wells only have T6s because you have to literally spin crazy just to keep them alive. Like,
It's expensive, man. You have
uh,
to be very. It ends up teaching you one thing I've learned from having tier 6 and obviously not spending on a tier 6 account like that. One thing that it's kind of shown me is that you really have to be specific on where you're fighting, and you really have to be cognizant of whether you're fighting garrison, whether you're fighting in the field, how full is your hospital, right? You really have to be cognizant of, can I afford to get in and actually push right now? Because like you said, tier 6 repairs are so much more expensive. They don't tell you about it. They are so much more expensive.
now I'm all T6 and I don't
Yeah.
give a damn. I'm
Yeah.
swapping everything.
Well, you still have some tier 1 cars, if that makes you feel better. I haven't fully upgraded all your cars yet.
Yeah, I got some T3s in there too, so
Yeah, no, I was still just upgrading those. So you still got some tier 1 cars to fight with.
we got fun.
But that's one of those things. I mean, you've got all of your tech already done. Man.
Yeah.
But how old is your account? You said 500 and like 600 and something days, right? So like you were in the 1300s for the ID.
Yeah, I'm in the 13.8.
Yeah. So you're like part of those original, like you're part of those older accounts, man. You've seen it since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Envy. Yeah, all them. Yeah, I miss all them guys.
And it's really what the community and the fighting that brings you back, eh?
Oh yeah, just I love the fighting part. The whole aspect of just getting out there and having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust
People get
me,
all upset about fighting. I'm just like, "Psh, bring it, let's do it." It's like,
that's what troops are for.
right. That's how I make them. That's
That's right.
exactly why I don't have any troops though.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now,
Kill them faster than I.
this is kind of a special introduction to you coming back because you have a lot of history, but also because you are also involved with someone who is well known within the game yourself. And I think
Yeah.
we have to mention it a little bit because we will be seeing her around the community just a little bit saying hello. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about her?
Her name is Mel. Melissa, that's her name, but
Hmm.
everybody knows her as Mel.
Mel.
Yeah, she's from Region 70.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's been around the game for how long?
Where's your VIP at?
I don't know, I'm in Waterward.
You in Waterworld? I don't know.
She can't even answer. She's playing Water War right now. The classic,
Yeah, she's in Waterworld.
classic DLS addict. No, I mean class.
Addict.
Yeah.
She's 14. Well, yeah, her ID's 14.6, so probably about a year and a half.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, if she's at 14.6, she's even older than I am. She's been in the game longer than me. But she's been. I mean, the reason I bring it up is because she's well known around the community. And when I started talking about BadBoy making his big return, there were numerous people that had reached out to me to ask about Mel too, to see if she was coming back. So it's kind of nice to be able to talk to you, BadBoy, and have a little bit of that, kind of that coming from both of you. Big return coming back to the community, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
I
I
think
can't
so.
wait to be able to play.
Well,
We had some fun.
I think it'll be fun because, like I said, it gives me a little bit of freedom. I'll be honest, getting that tier 6 off my back is kind of nice. It's there's a lot of responsibility,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be good because, like I said, we haven't really had a chance to swing in the field together. It's been mostly one or the other, and directed and guided, and that's it. So it'll be good to swing together. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you've done crazy amazing with the fights that I've seen you work my account. I'm super impressed.
Well, I mean,
It's,
I learned from the best, right? Thanks a lot for teaching me.
yeah. Come on now. I didn't teach you everything. You seen the way Envy fights. Come on now. You took a little bit of practice from him.
That's true, and I do like to, I was watching a lot of the streams, especially recently. I was watching Armored had a nice stream that was talking about during one of the AR fights. It was just a huge murder ball, and in my head, I'm going, I could not imagine trying to, keep up with that fight. But in the same respect, like you just see the whole thing just churning with troops and troops and troops, and I'm like, no, the game's not going anywhere. It's not dying yet. You know what I mean? Like it.
No way.
No, I think it's still. I think it's got some legs.
I think that aspect just in itself is just going to keep people around, whether or not this game goes to shit or not. But in my opinion, like
Well, I think
people like
that,
Envy,
yeah.
don't even care. They don't care about the money. They have more attachment to the account
Yeah.
and what it's capable of.
Well,
So they're
there's
not going to sell.
there's a lot of people that are like that when I mean, once you've invested a certain amount, it kind of gets to a point where it's like you kind of almost owe it to the game to stick around. But I also think that, like I said, the terminology, I've said this before, the terminology is a little different. When I say the game is dying, I don't necessarily mean like the game is going anywhere. I just think like the access to the average player is dying. And I think you can probably agree with me on this with all the paywalls that we've seen now and all the new additions that have come out so quickly. It does make it pretty difficult for the free to play or the new player or things like that to kind of either catch up or even enjoy the game when they're being matched with tier 6 like you and me right out the gate. And I can say like
Right.
me now because I got tier 6.
Yeah. Look at that.
My PP grew 2 inches today. No. Well, that's what we have, at the end of the day. A lot of this is just a PP measuring competition. So,
Yeah. Right.
if I can't do it in real life, I'll do it artificially. That's how that's how that works.
Right. Yeah, so I can't wait for Bomb, man. And GW and AR, they're all coming up, man. And
Yeah,
that's it.
and it's going to be all in a rush here. We've got Pompeii starting on Tuesday. We've got GW starting right after that. Archipelago right after that, and then the brand new Island Raid. You excited about the new Island Raid?
That's my favorite event, bro.
Well, they changed it. You know this, right?
Yeah, I know. They changed it in 3 days, right? That's all they
Yes.
changed, really.
That's all that they've told us that they've changed, but they said it's a whole brand new revamped event. And they say that one thing that they changed was the time, because instead of having it being 5 days a fight, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll have gates. Maybe we'll
Then
have...
it's going to be the worst island ever.
No,
I'm not going to be happy when it comes to
hope-
gates. Bro.
I hope it honestly keeps the same mentality that it had before, that same like open map ideology. If the biggest change that they brought to it was that they simply brought down the fighting time, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. But I have a feeling there'll be some new secrets coming our way.
We'll just have to wait to see.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do another video when it drops.
Let's see. Oh, it doesn't even have it.
No, it's not on the map yet.
Not even on there yet.
No, just based on the things that they've sent out in the what channel is that? Yeah, the system channel. So let me ask you a question. If you could do anything in the game right, if you could change anything in the game right now, as an individual who has played it before and you're coming back to experience it now, if you could change anything, what would you change?
Definitely not using relics and speed ups and experience and all that on Maxine.
I didn't mean
For
if you
sure.
could change something with your account. I meant like if you could change something with the game. But that is so
Oh,
perfect.
yeah.
That is so perfect because I would have done the same thing. I appreciate it. Mine's with Liam though. I wish I didn't get Liam as high as I did.
uh,
Like if you were to look
I
at
don't
the
know.
if you were to look at the current path of the game, where it is now, where it was when you left, where it was when you started. I mean, we even though you haven't been playing, we've still been keeping you up to date with things that have been changing, right?
Right, yeah.
So like where you see the game now is where what would be one thing that you might change or you might modify, or how would you add your twist to the game if you could?
I would like to be like it back to be the old ways where you had that buy the visas, you know what I mean, and not be so easy to hop around everywhere. The loyalty just goes out the window. Everything just goes out the window whenever, before you just you had to deal with it because you didn't have the money to pay $600 to move every other week, Then you had that 30-day cooldown time.
Oh, migrating,
yeah.
you mean?
Yeah, I think that just because some people put their nose in shit they don't even, pardon my language, and in the things that they don't even
Say
know
what you
about.
want, my man. It's all good. Don't worry about your language here.
I'm just saying, like they put their nose in where it doesn't belong, sometimes, and they don't even really get the full story, or somebody tells them the wrong story and just gives them complete bullshit, and it's not the truth, and it just don't work out, So yeah.
And then because it's easy to migrate back and forth, it really doesn't give you any kind of safety in your own region.
Right.
See, that's a really good point.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
For me, the game stopped becoming a game at that point. Like I started making my own game. If you understand what I'm saying, as you know, you've been around the county for a long time, and you've seen how many people knows me because I've went and helped a lot of people that was getting invaded and
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. That's how they knew me, and a lot of people knows me by that.
Right.
So that being said, like I use that to my advantage because I was getting bored of the game. I was tired of it. It was boring. The Dark Seal events, all that. I was tired of it all. So I
Yeah.
was just started hopping around, man, having a good time and building up alliances, leaving it to the little guys, going doing it again. Having good fights. Regional events, fights. Stuff like that. Just having a good time. And I think that's where my sense of like how I've been with you and this and grow up for a while. I've haven't done that in a long time, and I miss that part of it. You know what I mean? I
Right.
miss everybody being an actual family, if you will.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, because basically we're a community together, and we're all here together. To protect each other. And I just haven't been like stuck in one region like this in a long time, and I really miss that point, that aspect of the game. And I did a bunch of jumping around.
It's right. It's funny you mentioned that because I was watching Armored just recently, and he was talking about this as well. He basically said that even when you look at when they made regions so easy to go travel between one and the other, and then they started making every event these multi-regional, and now you can have
Yeah,
multi-regional alliances. Like you don't even have to be in the same region to be in the same alliance as everybody else.
right.
They've basically eliminated the need to have regions at all. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I went, "Oh, that is such an interesting fact." They've really removed any need to even have the region at all, which is kind of sad because those regions are what we worked really hard for.
right. Other than buffs, I mean, that's it. That they come in and take somebody else's region and literally SSI is doing it right now at 328. They just want more buffs. That's all they're there for. And that's what 857 went there to do is to get the presidency so he can get more buffs because it's what they need.
Well,
They need the presidency.
all I can hope is that they stay out of 420 because I really don't want to have to deal with that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but it could happen.
Of course it could. Of course it could. That's the beautiful part about this game. That's the unfortunate, beautiful part about the mix-up and the chaos that this game entails, right?
Yeah.
There's peaceful times. There's times when you can sit and recover, and there's times when you can sit and grow. And then someone throws the shit into the fan, and now you're fighting for the metro again.
Yeah. Literally.
That's exactly how it is. But I am going to ask if you could do me one favor, just because I have worked with that account and I have come a little bit accustomed to it. Just do me one favor, okay? Make sure that you tuck Bella in real nice for me, okay? Make sure that you let her know just how much I care about her.
She's gonna be road rugged. Road rugged.
Put away
She's
wet,
gonna
shit, I
yeah,
can feel it. That's great.
drenched. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
No, Pompeii is going to be good. I'm excited for for Genesis War. I'm excited for Archipelago Raid. I am. I have to say though, if you were to look at all three events, though, Archipelago Raid is my least favorite. Um, what about you? What is your? You said Island Raid was your favorite one. Which is your least favorite?
My least favorite out of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Besides Alliance League,
Uh,
because you already said Alliance League should die.
yeah, Alliance League should definitely die, but I'm probably event. Let's just stick to events, right? You saying events?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. PvP events. Let's play the major three PvP events. Of the three, Genesis War, Archipelago, and Island Raid, which one do you like the least?
AR.
AR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. IR is best. GW is good.
Yeah.
AR is all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole Yali deal, that the airdrop thing, that blows my mind. Like, dude, why didn't I have that? Like, I could have dropped on so many people.
Yeah,
Like,
nice little
now,
ad, eh?
yeah, now you add it, and like I'm like, damn, like,
Yeah. Now there's
I'm running,
actual strategy.
yeah, I'm running around out at the whole map, with all my troops trying to get over there, and then I get killed halfway there, trying to get there,
You mean I could have just airdropped?
right. Saved all them resources, not had to worry about nothing.
Yeah, AR is expensive, especially. That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to. I'm definitely not looking forward to tier 6 repairs. especially now after we just merged into Region 420. So I'm going to be losing a bunch anyways, and I'm not looking forward to having to rebuild, all those stores. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's that. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to heal or build any kind of T6. Period.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But at least you're at a point now where you don't even have to worry about research and construction anymore, because now everything goes into troops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything goes
Literally.
into troops. Now we can get you sitting at 1 million of each.
I wished, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I don't keep killing. Like I said, I'm a tower. So.
Well, that's the thing. As long as you're not, as long as we keep you in that rank R1 to rank 3, where you can kind of just leave whenever you want. Just be careful, when you go out there. Be careful of your hospital. Watch out. Make sure you bring some Band-Aids with you. A packed lunch. Yes.
Oh, what are you talking about? Just going anywhere, hopping anywhere?
Well, I'm
No,
hoping.
I'm
I'm hoping that you don't. But I know you.
Yeah.
Your toe dabbles in a lot of different places.
Yeah. I gotta go visit Prime for sure. Prime and LMB.
Yeah, you'll have to say
My
hi.
team. For sure.
Know where you came from. Know where you're going.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
What's up, fam?
It has been,
Guys?
yeah, well, it has been 35 minutes here. I am going to do one last thing here for you, just because I do want to give you the capability on your big return to give some shout outs to some of your top friends within the community, some people that you'd like to say hi to. So why don't you go ahead and take some time and give a shout out to any of the players that you would like, or any of the alliances that you'd like to give a shout out to, or anything like that you'd like to say hi in the game to.
There's a lot, man. You put me on the spot on this one, dude. Come
Take
on
some
now.
time. There ain't no rush.
Boone, Prem, my peeps. H&B hates me. It's cool. Love y'all too. I ain't never played with DHX, but I like to, man. So that'd be pretty fun.
Oh, reach out to them. I'm sure they might too after you.
Yeah. And then who else? LMB. TG overtime. That's my boy. That's my best fucking friend right there. He's in LMB. Pluto, Panda, Kaz, Farts, all y'all. It's easy, man. I'm coming back.
I'm excited, man. This is gonna be good.
Can't
That
wait.
being said, folks, we are going to wrap it up here. We've been doing this for a good enough time. I hope y'all have enjoyed. I have had an absolute blast. BadBoy, thank you very much for joining me on this wonderful day. It's actually pretty nice out still, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's getting close to winter, and I don't know about you, but up here in Canada, it gets cold. So I'm bundling up for that. But that being said, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. This has been another segment of Who TF Are You? My name is Chris the High Guy Jacobs. You have been sitting down with Anthony, also known as BadBoy in the game. Feel free to look out for us. We are currently in region 420 in the Alliance Grow Up, GROP, Stoners Grow Up. Feel free to look for us. Go ahead and message us, say hi, as we've also done before. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, follow, fill out the notification bell, share this with your friends, all that kind of good stuff. Help support the stream. And lastly, don't forget to check out thcemporium.ca to get any of your The High Guy or the Mrs. merch. We still have a pre-sale going up for sweaters and I think t-shirts and the rest of it. So if you want to get any of that merch, feel free to go ahead and log on and give that a check out. Other than that, folks, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.